As usual, I'm considering trying not to leave videos online, but ironically, I also want to talk to you about something that I normally won't talk about on here. Bear with me, I'm fixing some oatmeal. Seminar 7. And I'm trying to choose my words wisely because what I was just kicking around is something you're not supposed to know, and it's things that people don't know, and all the stuff I complain about, and most people don't see and or think about. So, how should I word this? Okay, so many years ago, I left a video on here on one of the accounts, actually on multiple ones, and it had to do with Pioneer Square here in Portland, Oregon. If you guys saw that video, you might know that I likened some of those things to some of the reading material that was assigned to the cast in that movie, The Matrix, from 1999. Was it Gene, whatever, Bolivards? I never say it right, but is it Simulacra and I can't remember the title offhand. It's somewhere in the house, too. I think it's in the other room. Either way. He talks about the territory and he talks about the map, and I showed you guys things having to do with this, and I explained some of this to you. And those videos sat on these accounts for years, and most people didn't scroll all the way back and fucking watch them. Which is why I began this, when I clicked record, why am I fucking doing this, pretty much? Ridiculously I'm censored to such a degree, it's just terrifying. And now I was thinking Seminar 7, I was thinking things that make me happy, things that are pretty fucking exciting, things people do not know. And I'm already getting pissed off. The moment I hit record, I start thinking about all the variables in terms of the people who would fuck this shit up if they were spoon-fed this. And I'm already just reeling it back more and more and more and more and more. I'm thinking about if I were to talk about some of these things, people would probably... The best they could probably shit out is, there's the Truman Show ice wall. That's probably the best they got that comes closest to the most superficial aspects of what I could teach you. The other stuff's not out there, mind you. It's you're not aware of it, which is why I don't leave it online. It's also why I haven't put that in books and left that out there for people to read. Because people don't realize that you and I are being manipulated. They don't get it. And they're not willing to consider it. Last night I recorded a fairly lengthy video. I kept recording videos having to do with me just trying to talk to some kids about the fact that this does not mean peace. At all. It's intuitive. And there are nothing but examples to back up what I'm driving at with this. And it was just one kid after another. Whatever, dude, you're just making that up. That doesn't reflect anything. I don't know about that. Obviously, you're wrong. Just a bunch of chuckle fucks. Stupid fucking people. And that's who you and I are surrounded by. So one of the things I was going to rattle off, and again, I'm reeling this back, and I said some of this the other day, too. I can show you things and I can provide you with the tools, if I'm not mistaken, to show you how to calculate something that would tell you how long it would take you to travel to places that you are not aware of. Now, this is a slippery slope because there are a lot of other aspects to this that would hinder you and I physically going from one place to another, in other words. And no, I'm not referring to a bunch of bullshit domes, the way it's been dressed up in the fucking, if I'm not mistaken, CIA-sanctioned narratives that most people are repeating. And I forgot the name of the guy. He's a South American author, supposedly, and his books aren't books. I mean, they're barely 100 pages, if memory serves me, and they're shit. It's just a bunch of made-up shit. And that's what most people in the flat earth community, keep in mind, flat earth and the globe theory are both paradigms are master spoon-fed retards. They do not reflect reality as a whole because they do not fucking reflect reality. You can't use them as a tool. You can't do what I could teach you today if I knew I could trust you. using either of those fucking outlines because they are not tools. They are propaganda. And if you talk to somebody, most likely they believe they live on the flat earth or the globe. It's one of the easiest ways to reason out whether or not you're dealing with a fucking idiot. Sincerely. If you just ask them to describe where they think we are. What is this? How does it work? I mean, you could keep asking questions, but the best they're going to rattle off is some superficial dog shit that they were spoon-fed. Because they've never fucking thought about it. Now, I'm not telling you a bunch of flowery fucking shit. I'm not patting you on the ass and telling you that you're doing a good job. So, how many of you have sat through this so far? Some maybe, because you know that every now and again I will throw you a little bit more, especially since it's Seminar 7 that I'm kicking around. I mean, crudely speaking. When I say Seminar 7 on here, okay, so all the seminars are connected, and what I've been building on is connected. It's all interconnected. But just to simplify it, to explain just one of the subjects, a bit of what I was working on today, you guys would think of it in terms of Seminar 7. And that's only if you've been paying attention. There are kids out there that would probably see this video and still not know what I'm fucking talking about because I didn't say Seminar 7 involves this. These are the words that you would fucking think of or repeat having to do with Seminar 7. So because a bunch of other stuff came out of my mouth on this video, most people can't connect the dots between those two things anymore, and that's fucking terrifying. That's fucking terrifying. Moreover, it's a problem for you and I. It means that they are useful idiots. They work for our masters. They will repeat anything, and they're dumber than a bag of fish sticks. And the longer that people like that are allowed to conduct themselves in such a way, the worse things are going to get. And that's what we see. That's what tracks. It's asinine. It's fucking asinine. But nobody's willing to do the right thing anymore. They really aren't. The other day I got on a bus and went to the back of the bus, and the driver, he was having a bad day. He was having a really bad day. And I think we went maybe 1 or 2 stops. Then there was a gal trying to get on with a cart, and he kept barking at her to pull her cart to get her on the fucking bus. He could have opened his little door and he could have tried to help her, but instead he just kept barking at her. So I got up and walked to the front of the bus and asked her, would you like me to pull on the front of the cart, or would you like me to lift the cart? And she told me she didn't want me to touch it. So I was like, all right, I just thought I'd offer. Just thought I'd at least extend you that, olive branch. People don't do that anymore. I mean, some people do, but I see it even less than I used to. I just had a flashback to when I was little, and I mean, it's just how I was raised. But maybe I'm wrong, too. Maybe it's just Portland, too. Portland is especially scummy in terms of superficial brain-dead yuppies who don't care about anybody but themselves. Maybe it's that. And maybe it was just the day. You never know. Things shake out the way they do. Either way, I should probably just shut up on this note. I click record on these things, and it's because I do want to talk to somebody about the really neat shit that I was working on just now. And show you how you can use this as a tool. Because part of what's hidden in what I was dancing around earlier before I started just complaining and getting very, very fucking grumpy. Because, like I said, I'm censored on the internet and people don't give a fuck. And people are too stupid to reason things out anymore. There's something hidden in the tool that I would provide you guys with that has to do with time as well. And it's been hidden in here the entire fucking time, and nobody fucking gets this. And it's funny to me because I watch people babbling about shit, smearing shit on the walls, like I usually say, and telling other people, look how cool this is. And sometimes they'll work with a piece of this, but they don't get it. And what I just said applies to what you see online across the board. People have no fucking clue what they're talking about. No fucking clue. No fucking clue. And in one too many instances, they'll relegate things that do go somewhere. Keep in mind, they're talking about a corrupted outline of it where it's mostly propaganda. But they'll call it or relegate it to is that the way to put it? Some theoretical bullshit. They'll turn it into an allegory that doesn't have a basis in reality. And that's by design, not coincidence. Because people are fucking stupid. This is why people also bought into, simulation theory and the multiverse of adult fairy tale horseshit and all the other fucking, official narratives that our masters spoon feed retards and they repost.